Do you consent to being recorded?
100%.
Alright. What is good, YouTube? Welcome to a new video. We're going to be doing something special today. This is John Evans, aka the Jump Genius, aka at Translating Human Performance on Instagram. We are going to be doing a test video podcast today. If you don't already know about our podcast, go check it out, THPstrength.com. Hit the podcast tab. We're already like 17 episodes in. We are putting in work, baby. You're going to learn. Just in those 18 episodes, you're going to learn more than you've ever learned about jump training in your life. Today, we're going to be talking about knee pain. Does your knee hurt? Well, this is the podcast for you, all right? Because you know how I got my knee pain better? By meeting this man right here. And now we're healing other people's knee pain like crazy. We have like a 99% efficacy rate. If you don't know what that means, it means like we get shit done. I mean, stuff done. I might have to blur it out.
Just speed up.
YouTube. Can't swear. This is YouTube.
Oh,
if you want explicit, no holds barred, John and Isaiah, go to the podcast. But
go to the podcast. You'll hear it all our discussions there. Yeah, Isaiah, thanks for the introduction. So truth be told, I made Isaiah do this. Don't let him fool you. He was eating a cereal. I said, you know what? We should probably try this. We found out Skype could work. We decided to do that. A lot of you guys have been asking for video of the podcast if you've been listening to it. If you don't know who I am, I'll talk about that a little bit at the end. But we want to start with the core. This.
Let's tell them. John is my coach. He's the one who's been training me for the past 2 years when I turned crazy. That's as much introduction as you need at the moment. We're going to go step into it.
And afterwards, we can go into why he trusts me and why he made that decision. But for now, we'll just start with that. So discussing a little bit of how we fixed Isaiah's knee, because I know you guys have a lot of questions. Cat's out of the bag at this point. A lot of you guys know about a lot of the modalities that we do. So we'll go into a little bit more of the specifics because it won't, you still probably will, we're not going to lose money on it because one, like I said, cat's out of the bag. Two, it's principles based. So even if you tried to copy this, whatever, good luck. It probably won't work for you because there's a lot to it, but I'll do my best to discuss the things that are relevant and how we did that. And maybe you can have some takeaways from this that you can use for yourself. So first thing that we did, Isaiah hits me up and I tell him this. Number one thing I told him is you need to stop jumping. You need to stop jumping. You need to stop playing. You need to stop cutting. You need to take out all the elastic work. And I think Isaiah might have had an aneurysm when that happened because it was the most mind-blowing idea ever to him. But I mean, generally, you can talk about that emotionally. I don't know how much time we want to do this with, but what was that like for you?
It says the time right here, so I'll keep track of it. We're trying to keep this video at 10 minutes, but mind you, I've been jumping all my life. If you've watched my recent video, I said that I never went more than a week without jumping. And this is 3 years into my training, and John's telling me that I'm gonna have to completely rest from jumping, basketball, cutting, anything, right? So I'm freaking out, but honestly, at this point, I was so desperate. My knee pain was bad, guys. I need y'all to understand. My knee pain was really bad, okay? It hurt just to walk. And I was starting to question my career as a dunker. I didn't know if I'd be able to keep dunking. So at this point, I was willing to do whatever John asked of me, and he told me not to jump, not to dunk, not to play basketball. So I listened.
Yeah, and I think for him that was a weird concept, and for a lot of you guys that are listening to this that are like hoopers, and you have the hooper mentality of go out, play every day. That's the best thing for you. Jump as much as you want. You don't need to make any changes or any considerations. If you hear that, that is just flat out a lie. It's just not true. That is not how tendons respond to load. That's not how your pain is going to decrease over time. And this is not something that it's like a one size fits all. Every person has different responses to different training modalities. And I always say this, but every knee injury is different too. So if this is specifically for tendons, every single knee injury has a different progression. If you're talking about quad tendinopathy, patellar tendinopathy, Achilles tendinopathy, which is really tendonitis for a lot of you guys, that is what jumper's knee is. Jumper's knee is not general knee pain. Jumper's knee is specifically tendinopathy. So when we're looking at how we got Isaiah better, we're looking at the research and what the research says, and we're applying that research to him. And this story specifically is how we did that. So
if you don't know what tendinopathy is, it's knee pain that you get. Hold up.
You get that knee lower.
That you get right there, right below your kneecap. It can be there. it can be at the insertion point right there, or it can be quad tendinopathy right there.
Yes, sir. So all of those, very different.
You got a torn ACL or a meniscus or a ligament injury or something with your bursa or something like that, go see a doctor, please. You know you have tendinopathy.
Hit us up. We're going to do it better. We do it better. That's all I got to say. We actually have a legitimate success rate. Anyways.
So I also want to keep, like, just to keep the things organized in terms of the progression and stuff like that. Step 1, would you say, is don't jump?
Don't jump. That's step 1, is don't jump. The next thing is it doesn't matter if you ice, it doesn't matter if you take ibuprofen, it doesn't matter if you do injections, it doesn't matter you stretch, it doesn't matter if you massage, if you foam roll, none of those things matter. It all comes down to load.
This is on it.
The only thing that matters, you can do all that stuff, but if you miss this one thing, if you miss this one most important thing, none of that matters, and that is load management. And you guys have probably heard about that in the NBA. You've probably heard about it discussed from all these other people, but we started doing this in 2017. We started doing this, the beginning of 2018, and this has been around for a while. This isn't my work. This is the work of Ebony Rio and Jill Cook. And we've taken that information and we've applied it and we've experimented with this. Yes, dropping names. Yes, so now you know. Look them up and look into their stuff. And I always say this, but if you don't believe me, look it up yourself. We told you who to look up. We told you where to find the research. That's the hardest part of it. Look up the research and you read it yourself and you tell me if what we're doing aligns with research and scientific practices or if it's just something that we made up in our mind. So,
news, it does.
Yeah, it does, but you can look it up yourself. And so anyways, step 1, stop jumping. Why? Because we're managing load. We're taking out load. We're unloading the knee to a certain point, okay? Step 2 was adding an appropriate load in, and we did that through isometrics. So I always talk about these. There's tons of ways to do them. Maybe we'll refer our clients to this video. What I like to do personally is a manual isometric. So roll my chair back. I grab my knee like this. I put my hands here and I kick into my hands. And I just hold that for 45 seconds. And I do it each leg, pushing about 70%. That's what I recommend. That's the biggest takeaway people got from Dunk Camp. But it's not the only thing in getting your knee better. So
I love how that's the biggest takeaway people got from Dunk Camp.
People took one exercise. They ignored load management as a whole, and they're like, isometrics, that's all you need to do. You just take the blue pill. Take the blue pill.
I remember before one big session, you know what session I'm talking about, and I just remember being there doing this, and then everybody went by me and started doing it. I was like, yo, like, stop trying to be like me, man.
Well, maybe they should be like you because what you do is correct, and that's why we whoop ass in dunk competitions year round.
But you got to understand why you do the things that you're doing, not just see me doing it and then just start doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully you can bleep out the swearing. I don't know if you can. Maybe you do a clap so you know. But
I just have to demonetize the video.
Yeah, it's whatever. If it gets 1,000 views, crap. Anyways, we'll try not to swear.
I don't care.
So anyways, that was the second thing that we did. And then the third thing that we did is we trickled in load on top of that. So this is like building a sandwich. The first thing we did is we got one piece of bread out. And then the next thing we did is we got another piece of bread out. And then what we did is we added in the turkey, and then we added in the cheese, and then we added in the lettuce and the tomato and the mustard. And then we put the sandwich on top, and then we toasted it. And that's what we did progressively, okay? The first week, we might have only just done isometrics. The second week, we added the turkey on top. So we added in slow strength. And we just added pieces on top of this until his knee was starting to respond positively.
And we kept track of the knee pain every single day. For every single
one of our athletes. And that is why you can't really, I say this all the time, I'm like, good luck copying us, because it truly is individual. Everything that we do is based off of your feedback and what you're telling us and how we can make those changes. Whether it's the changes in your vertical or fatigue or knee pain, we're changing the program accordingly. And it's not that we're necessarily always avoiding knee pain. Sometimes we'll push you to have a little bit of knee pain. Sometimes we'll back off.
That doesn't mean that I'm going out there and having a session when I'm not supposed to, playing basketball when I'm not supposed to. We cut this out completely and then controlled it on the way back in. That doesn't mean I was playing basketball for 10 minutes at first. No, it means I was working on landings from a box this high. And then maybe next time it was this high, and then this high. And then from there, I started working on box jumps on a box this high, then this high, then this high. We controlled the plyometric volume really, 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 really carefully. All right.
Yeah. So
1 minute, by the way.
Oh no. All right. So that honestly, we don't need to go into too much detail. That is the answer. We gave you the answer. The answer is load management. The answer is building out your training so that you're adding load progressively while managing the pain scores and knowing when to add certain pieces and when not to add certain pieces. Isometrics is one piece of the puzzle. One piece. That's what I have to tell you. I'm going to leave it at that. What I am going to say is why I'm going to finish off this video real quick. The reason Isaiah selected me as a coach is because of my understanding of scientific principles. If you want to know what pisses me off more than anything else, it's when people throw science, to the wayside, when they ignore it completely. That's going to trigger me. I'm going to get triggered. And then when you make claims about yourself that aren't true and you say you're going to increase someone's vertical or they're guaranteed to be pain-free or they're guaranteed this or guaranteed that, that's not how science works. That's not scientific at all. That's just you trying to make a sale. We don't like that. It makes me mad. I'm not going to go into it. But you want to talk about why Isaiah trusted me? It's because of those reasons. Because I didn't make him a guarantee. I told him, hey, look, this is what's probably going to happen. We're going to go through these progressions. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to have to base it off these things. Now we have data, and we can look at our data and say, look, this is our efficacy rate. We're around 98%. With actual tendinopathy, with people that give us enough time, I'd argue we're closer to 99%. I don't say 100 because I'm sure that there's one example of someone out there that had whatever issue and maybe they didn't stick with it long enough or whatever else. But
if you don't know, me and John, we work together to help people with their knee pain. All right. I have a website, THPstrength.com. Link is in the bio. Go to the Get a Coach tab. Read the frequently asked questions tab. We'll answer everything that you need to know is on there. All right. We coach you to heal your knee pain and make you jump higher, okay? So I think that's pretty much it. Me and John, we teammates, man, and we're gonna help you out, bro. We're gonna help you out.
I took 10 to the dome there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna be doing more video podcasts and the actual podcasts.
Let us know if you want more.
We will do more.
I'm only gonna keep doing these if you guys watching. So you better like, leave a comment, share it. Because if this doesn't get like freaking 10,000 views, this is the last time I'm ever doing this. I'm not giving y'all tips no more.
No content. No more content.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Wait, how do you stop this?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe hit the record button.